Very okay. Very pleasant good evening to each and every one. This is Jamaican Explosion here on a Saturday evening, and we're glad to be with you in the place to be this evening. Okay, and we have a very stacked show with you this evening, and sitting in for Miss Nadine today, we got none other than our president to be, of course, Miss Evette-Taylor Reynolds, and she's on screen with me today. How you doing, Yvette?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well this evening. Doing well this evening. As you can see, we're in a comfort zone this evening. We don't have the Caribbean background like we should have, but we'll be back to that mode next week. But how has your all day been going so far, Yvette?
It's been exciting, working, getting ready for 2024, which is just a few hours away. So I'm excited for that new breeze, I call it, coming in for 2024. So it's fun, lots of food, lots of drinks. If
Mhm.
you like it, non alcoholic, it's a party everywhere. So it's been great.
Okay, very good, very good. And you've already done your New Year's resolutions and so forth.
Yeah, I have one, which is kind of biblical. Just love
Okay,
my
yeah.
neighbor as myself, no
Okay,
matter what.
that's not a bad one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so how was your Christmas and so forth like that? We didn't see each other over the Christmas vacation, and I know you had quite a few parties that you went to and so forth like that. How was it going?
The parties were great. They were lots of fun,
Mm-hmm.
especially ones where I didn't have to work. And
Mm-hmm.
then, of course, I spent it with some good friends who
Mm-hmm.
are like family. So we had a really good time.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, well, we have quite an interesting show planned for you today in our casual at home backgrounds. We have none other than Miss Petrona Levy, who is so wear so many hats, and she is so multi-talented, and we want to welcome her to the screen today with us. Petrona Levy, how are you doing today, Petrona?
I'm doing very well, Pastor Shaw. Thank you so much for having me. I really
Okay,
appreciate it.
very good. It's good to have you here with us. Let me turn that mic up just a little bit more so we could hear you a little bit louder. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
uh, I know you've been traveling,
Oh, yes.
and just recently got back in town, huh?
Yes, I just got back from Illinois last night. I've been there like for 10 days. I spent the Christmas there. It wasn't as cold as Georgia, I can tell you that. Um,
Okay.
they call it Illinois or Chicago, the windy city. So, but it wasn't as cold as here when I got back here last night.
Okay.
So,
Well, we're glad you made it safely back from Chicago, and I know you're glad to be back in the beautiful South.
I am.
Absolutely. Welcome back home, Patrona.
Thank you.
Okay, so Petrona is our guest today, and I've been seeing you all over the place, Petrona. Every time I turn on my YouTube, I've been seeing you with all those different reels that you got going out there. And you came on the Jamaican Explosion at one time, but we never
Yes.
really got your history or, you know, really found out who you really are. So this is your opportunity to be with us this evening, and we want to find out who Petrona Levy really is.
Okay. Well, Petrola Levy was born in Mandeville, Manchester, in a little
Mhm.
place called Levy Lane. My name is Levy, but of course that little lane wasn't named. I wasn't named after the lane, but I was born in Mandeville, a little place called Levy Lane. And I think in the 60s, if I can remember, when my dad, decided he wanted to move to another area. So he secretly built a house. He just couldn't believe secretly built a house in Greenville, Manchester, the same, pretty much the same era, but he never said anywhere else. So he built a house and he went up there and 6 years to live. So there I started going to school, but we owned a grocery shop there in that little district of Greenville. And they actually named, because my dad was so popular there after he got
Mm-hmm.
there, they named the street after him called Gabby Street. Called Gabby. He was an ambulance driver for
Mm-hmm.
many years until he died in a motor vehicle accident in 1992. Anyway, he had this grocery shop, and it was just such a vibrant, people were coming in and out, and they were supporting us all. And when I was probably 7 or 8, we
Mm-hmm.
were all sitting in the shop, and started singing and making up poems and stuff like that. So, the patrons, when they come in, they would say, Mr. Gilbo, your daughter can sing. So they say, let her come out here and start performing for us. So he was there like that. We were very guarded by him. He said, okay, she can, perform for you guys. So I started performing, and then when I started singing, they say, Truffles, put her back. Truffles, put her back. So they would always, when I finished singing, they would always pay to put me up, stuff back. So I would get that money. I don't know if it's gambling or what, but I didn't pay that time for my services. So, I make up poems and I do a little drama and I sing. And that is actually where I started. But then, when I started going to primary school, they had a lot of, festival activities. So I started taking part in the maypole and the quadrille and all those kind of good stuff. So went to Kingston to perform in, many different areas. So that is actually where I went. And then afterwards, I just started launching out, went into Kingston to live in, I think it was stage 2 or something. I joined a group called the Carry Folk Singers,
Mm-hmm.
and I sang with them many, many, many years. And during that time, I got the opportunity to do a number of plays. I did some reading ads, I did some TV ads as well. I traveled, I did a pantomime for 3 years, traveled to England for 6 months, went to Switzerland, for a play called Shift to Zion, where Bello, the piece with some put that production together. Traveled extensively as well with Carrefour. So I have worn a lot of hats over those years, but
Mm-hmm.
when I came to America in 2002, I was there in New York, and I started going to this church in Queens, and I joined the choir there. Then I started, organizing
Mm-hmm.
drama, and just take it from there. Everywhere I go, I try to be a part of everything that has to do with drama, music, just about everything. So that's where I started. And when I came to Atlanta, that's when I really realized that I have a lot of talent in me, because I always remember that called Jennifer Williams. She was here. I think she lives in California now. But she got me started. She wrote a play, and I didn't know her, but somebody said she was this good lady from the King. She lives here, so she contacted me, and I got the lead role. And then she wrote another one, and I got the lead role. And then from there on, Christopher Parker with his Integrity Children Fund, he would invite me along other people to perform at their event. So that is where I am right now.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I'm surprised to hear you say that is when you came to Atlanta. because you seem like you did so much things back there in Jamaica, the pantomime and so forth like that.
Well, I maybe I shouldn't put it that way, but actually, yeah, when I was in Jamaica, I did three pantomimes. That was a
Mm-hmm.
big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I said, we traveled extensively, and it was a good learning experience for me as well because it's the late Mara Bluden who was the
Mm-hmm.
director, and she was, like a no nonsense person. She wanted everything that she put out there to be,
Mm-hmm.
well received, everything like that. But yeah, Atlanta was, yeah, let's just say I developed from, once I got here, I started,
Okay. Yeah.
being
So
more.
Patrona, I look at you on the different feeds, and I can't. I say Patrona, she's an actor because I hear songs that are being portrayed, and then you're just acting out the entire song. Is there a word for that? Is there is what would you call that?
I would call that is really when you see me like on Facebook, like
Yes.
acting out
Mm.
songs, that's called lip syncing. I am not actually, I'm not actually singing a lot of the songs.
Yes,
I
I
lip
know.
sync
Yeah.
drama, I drama through it.
Uh
So
huh.
that's what it's called lip syncing because that's using somebody else's music. So I have to like hashtag lip sync. So that is one of the areas that I try to do because I think it helps, it helps me to put put words into drama. And also, a lot of people would say, oh, beautiful voice. Sometimes when I make sure that when I put whatever I'm putting out there, I put hashtag lip sync. So people say beautiful voice, not realizing that it's actually not my voice. And that is why sometimes I would go on to do a video, just an encouraging video to my followers with my natural voice, and I sing. I use my guitar as well, and I play, and I probably do up, I write poems as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I would do all of that, and just to let them know that, there are different facets to me.
Okay. All right.
So,
Um.
Pastor Rob, back in I think 2019, I
Okay.
had the pleasure,
Okay.
Patrona, of watching you perform at the Clarendon College annual brunch, and
Mm-hmm.
it was
Oh
so,
yeah,
yes, it was refreshing the way you carried the music. We felt so good. And then I left from there and I went to the Integrity Children Fund. And there you were again, this time not singing, but doing drama. So
yes.
it was very refreshing and entertaining. And as would I say, you have a bunch of talent. So blessings on that.
Thank you so much. Sometimes, I just find that I have a lot of time on my hands. So sometimes I would just get up and just say, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. And, with no actual pre-thought to doing what I'm doing. I just get up and I say, oh, I'm going to write some. I feel like I'm going to write something today. I want to put something out there today. Because I even know a lot of stories. And what I do with those stories, I try to put myself into situations. I try to make them look as real as possible, but I put myself, I have to do the drama first a lot of times, and I try to put myself in, a particular video just to express. Sometimes it could be silly, sometimes it can be very serious.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Side, and I also have a serious side. So I just wanted people to know that I'm not as serious as I look. I'm serious sometimes, but I'm not as serious as I look. I have a very, very fun side. So that is where my stories come in. If you look at it, it's just a lot of fun for me to do. I mean, people may say it's silly, but I don't care.
Okay. But so yeah, so we see you do a lot of stuff. But I also know that last time you was on here, you came ready to do some good stuff. So I'm wondering what you have for us to start off with today? Will it be a poem? Will it be a song?
Yeah, I could start off with anything. I could start off with anything. Yeah, I, over maybe over the last 6 months or so, I've gotten into Jamaican proverbs. I don't know if you've heard me, but I've put out a few out there online. But
Uh-huh.
I have Jamaican proverbs that I've put into poetry form.
Mm-hmm.
So here is one of them. This is one of the first ones that I put. All right. It says Jamaican proverbs. Gonna come here a few. Some of them old and some of them new. Just draw along bench and cotton no ears. And of every green grass, cold sitting grave. Every hole of them tick a bush. They can keep one push. Then it will look no. What beautiful woman, beautiful trouble. Yeah, man, a heart, and you still want saddle. Half a humble, better than burying ground. Idle jackass, for a key and trash work on. A good conscience is better than big wage. Take a leaf and write out a page. I know everything good to eat, good to talk. You shake a man's hand, but you can't see him hard. I know everything comes from above a blessing. If an alligator set fish mouth, think, believe him. I think this one was not complete. I think I took up the wrong one. But basically what I do, I take the Jamaican proverbs and I put them into poetry.
All
So
right.
this is one of them. All right. What else do you want to hear from me, Pastor?
Okay. Well, Patrona, tell me a little bit about when you were doing the pantomimes down in Jamaica, because I find that very interesting that you actually was it on Lime Tree Lane that you actually came on a couple of those episodes?
Yes, I did. I did do Landry Lane many years ago. A few episodes. Actually, I don't. My son kept saying to the mom because they were in there as well because they wanted a family.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to portray a family. So my kids were very young at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and the writer, which is I think it was Pablo Hoyet, he
Mm-hmm.
wanted a family. So somebody told his persona to do it. So I did a few of those episodes, but not really like I was cast as a member.
Okay.
I just
All
did the
right.
episodes. But I had the opportunity to work with Miss Upton, and I knew her very well, and those other people. But that was for me was a very nice experience, and I think it helped me as well for people to recognize me and to say, okay, let's use the striker toner for this, the striker for that. So that was one of the areas too that I felt that I excelled as well.
Okay. Very good.
So,
Very good. Go on, Yvette.
no, I said sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds very good.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
where does Patrona go from here into 2024?
2024. I am looking forward to being people calling me to say, calling me more to say, Corona, can you come do some folk songs for us? Can you do some poetry for us? Can you do some dialects for us?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do an NT? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just looking forward to a lot more of that because I have that experience under my belt, and that's all I'm looking for. Just people to call me. It doesn't have to be like a big thing. It could be like a backyard thing. It could be anything. And if people want, they can follow me on Facebook, Petrona Levy, and Instagram, and YouTube as well. I over the past year, I didn't realize that I would have gotten so many followers. I have like 34,000 followers, and I don't
So I
know where they
see.
all came. Yeah, I don't know where they came from, but I think what they do, they seem to enjoy what I put out there.
Yes.
I hear whenever, I mean, one
That's
Think
right.
about what I'm putting for my audience because they look forward to what I put out there, and they really, really support me, and that is what keeps me going as well. Because I'm saying, if I don't put something out today, the customer is gonna come and say, or he will text me to say, "Oh, what's going on? I didn't see you today." So that helps to motivate me, to put a lot of thought into what I put out there.
Wow. Well, you know, it seemed to be thinking a lot.
So, so Pastor Rob, if I may,
Yes.
I do know of Patrona's being performer, singer. I didn't know she was an MC, so it's great to know that we have a female MC along with
Yeah.
all the many male MC we have here in Atlanta. So that's something good to know. Put that in my pocketbook. If I need you, call you.
That take that. Listen to that now, Petrona. That means she already have something she planning to bring you to some back at AJ for this year.
I would welcome that. I would welcome that. You
No,
had
Petrona,
asked about,
go ahead.
yes, I was saying you had asked me about the pantomime. I got started there. A friend of mine invited me there. Once I got to Kingston, I started with the Caribou. And a friend of mine invited me there. And that is where I'm telling you, I met some very, very nice people. And they're
Mm,
not only nice, but these people have a big name in Jamaica, like Dorothy Cunningham, like Michael Nicholson, Dory
mm,
King,
mm-hmm.
Facebook. Lots of those people that
That's
I
right.
met, and I did it for 3 years, and they helped me. They helped to develop my acting skills as well. Because once you get there, you see the older folks there, you see them there, and then you say, "Oh, I wonder if I can do as good as them." But they help you in your role. So, you get a role, you're not executing it as it should. They would say, "That's what I think you should do." So that really, really helps. That pantomime really helps me along, took me a long way.
Very good, very good. So, I know you are a fan of the late great Louise Bennett,
Yes, I am.
the great Louise Bennett, and there are very few
Yes.
people that I've heard that have done Louise Bennett poems that actually do it justice. But I've heard you do a few, and I like the way you handle it. So, at this point in time, can you give us your favorite Louise Bennett uh, poem, or one of your favorite? Because it might be hard for you to choose just from one.
All right. I'm gonna do Uriah Preach.
Okay.
Uriah Preach by Louis Bennett. Sitting from the piano, piano, the daughter to the teach. And when we fall, I pass the sick. His son Uriah Preach. He said, "Son, the God is real to tell Pastor couldn't let him yard. He's in a church so till and Uriah gets rebirth. He fly up on the pulpit. He lean over and look down. He looked at all of them and lashed them with his tongue. The first one he kept on was lies. Who did tell a lie from this? He said, "The Lord, the mountain mountain. The Lord, the metal sound. The Lord, the works of sound." He said, he looked on me and said, "The Lord, the slow to laugh." He kept on teacher Brown because when he went to serve the God, teacher Brown defeated because and called teacher Brown top notch. Right, I'm getting rich though. He looked on the teeth and he said, to Butcher George, "Thou shalt not give thy neighbors your lot." Because them noise them hard full to the brim. But because you are in a country, you can't back answer him. So, I did reach. I really did. When Pastor stay home and to the son, Uriah Preach. Aye, aye, aye.
All
All
right.
right.
I would tell you, Petro, you guys are hard on the pastors, are.
You know what? I have a point for you today, though.
Yeah.
This is just a made up thing. I just made it up, but it's just made up. But I think it was funny. But I didn't write it faster to reflect you. This was written a while ago, but
I know.
I
I
didn't
know.
it has to do with faster billing. Okay? Here goes. I wrote this one.
All right, come with it.
Oh, no, wrong, no car, brother, tell him to me. Tell him to come here quick. Tell him to Pastor Billy just licking head for one break. Tell him to bring his quick, son. I've been running out for her too. Tell him to come as quick as he can because we don't know what to do. Tell him to Pastor Billy to pull up in my mouth. Tell him to not come here quick because no doctor no the mouth. Pastor Billy getting weak in visit. He never looked the same. He walking from the veranda and he sit up on the chair. Pastor Billy would have never done that. He would have grieved and shake me hand. But this time we never know what happened. But Pastor Billy couldn't stand. I said to myself, what wrong with Pastor? Because he looked rather strange. And then we said to Pastor Billy, Pastor, what is that closer range? He started to talk all kind of foolishness and then get up off of the chair. Take out the holy book and start reading. And then he started to stare. It looked like he was in a cage and he started counting 1, 2, 3. Then he slipped up on the veranda step. Looked like I couldn't see. So, on a rough car, brother, tell him to me. You don't know what he can do. But remember that the other day, he did revive.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yes, indeed. So
Good
you're in
one.
tune to Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening, and we have the great Miss Petrona Levy here. And I'm telling you, a lady of many, many, many great talent. And it's just good to have her stop by here this evening. I followed her all the way. I think she was in Jamaica about a month or so ago, and she was just doing all kind of crazy things down there, and she enjoyed it. So how was your trip down to Jamaica? How did you enjoy that? Mm-hmm.
My trip was, it was just excellent. I planned this trip maybe 5 months before I actually went. I just wanted to take a trip on my own because what happened when I go with friends and family, everybody want to do their thing, and then you can't get to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I took the trip by myself. I said, I don't have anybody to say, oh, come, I'm waiting on you, and so on and so forth. So I decided I went down there all by myself. So I planned, I wanted to go horseback riding in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go on the boat. I wanted to do diving. I wanted to do all that stuff. And everything that I planned to do, I got it done because I had set out to do it. But the reason why I could put up those videos like that, I've learned to edit videos. I've learned to do a lot of things with videos. So I could put them in my mind and put them together and, just put out one at a time, and I put them all in sequence. But the thing about it, when I was there, I didn't have the time to put them all out. So what I did when I actually got back, that's when I put them all out. But I had a wonderful time. I
I
had a
see. I
wonderful
saw.
time.
I saw that you were having a wonderful time.
Yes, it was great. I actually met a lot of people down there as well. And with the Jamaican culture, you and I know that, once we travel, we feel relaxed. We just feel like
Mm.
we're back home because, there's not a language barrier there. Sometimes, when you're here and you
Mm.
work in the workstation, you're talking to somebody, you probably have to repeat what you have to say because immediately they don't really understand what you're saying. So I felt so relaxed and, I could have asked the people around me to, take a picture here, take a picture have to advertise where I'm going. I just go, do what I have to do, and you know. But all in all, I love my country, and I love the culture. I love the folk culture. I love the food. I love it. I love my people. I just love everything about Jamaica, except some of the bad things that happen out here. But I really had a good time.
Very good, very good. Well, Patrona, stop. Thanks for stopping by with us today. And I just want to hear one thing, and then we're going to invite you back for. I know you'll be back sometime next year on Jamaican Explosion. I just want to hear a little folk song, and that's going to take us out of this. And you see, I know what you have in that. I know she come ready. I know she come. So.
Ready?
Yeah, I know she come ready. So I just wanted to give us a little folk song, and then we're gonna be looking forward to having Patrona back next year at some point in time. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you having me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this folk song is just a little piece of folk song, Banyan Tree. In the rap show, in the rap show, the Banyan Tree. In the rap show, in the rap show, and the Banyan Tree. In the rap show, in the rap show, and the Banyan Tree. Moonshine tonight, come make we dance and sing. Moonshine tonight, come make we dance and sing. In the rap show, in the rap show, and the Banyan Tree. In the rap show, in the rap show, and the Banyan Tree.
Thank you, Patrona.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was wonderfully done. Moonshine tonight. Come make we dance and sing. You the rock so, me the rock so. Bring back memories. Bring back memories. And you did a fine job. So we are expected to having you back here on Jamaican Explosion within the coming year. So I say have a good New Year's Eve tomorrow, and we're looking forward to having you back in the New Year's. Okay, Happy New Year's early. Okay.
Thank you both, and it was so nice being here, and I appreciate you guys.
Every
Thank
time.
you. Happy 2024.
And in the words of our friend Miss Lou, what good.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Patrona. Very good. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Okay. Yes, so we are here on a Jamaican Explosion this evening, and I have sitting in for Miss Nadine today, Miss Evette-Taylor Reynolds, and a lot of you might not know, but she is the president-elect for the Atlanta Jamaica Association, and she's my co-host this evening, doing a very excellent job. Good to see you, Miss Evette. Good for filling in at the last minute.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like the day before the last day of the year. So yeah. Feels good.
You see, our fancy backwards weren't working today. We had a little technical difficulties with that, so we decided to just use the regular background, and it's kind of all right because we're on holiday, so to speak. So we have the holiday background in the picture in the background. But this is indeed Jamaican Explosion, and guess what? We have coming up our artists here all the way from Jamaica. But let's introduce Mr. Ralston Barrett to the studios with us today. Ralston, how you doing? Mr. Ralston Barrett, how are you today? Ralston. I guess you don't realize that he's on. How you doing?
Pastor.
Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing today?
Yes, Pastor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Pastor
you.
Rob?
Yes, I can. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sorry. Something was going on with my mic. I couldn't hear myself when I spoke. So good afternoon, good evening. How you guys are doing?
We're doing great. I'm excited for the 2024 to roll in. So we're doing good.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on down there in Jamaica?
Same here. Looking forward to 2024.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Everybody's talking about the big Boxing Day concert. Everybody's talking about Sting.
All right.
As you probably heard by now, Sting ended up in a Boxing Day morning, and there were two dancehall artists on stage who were supposed to have a clash, Fully Bad and Coyote.
Mm-hmm.
While the clash was taking place in the wee hours of the morning, another artist by the name of Animosity walked on stage, intervened in the clash. It's alleged that Fully Bad hit him with a microphone, and from that point on, a fight ensued. Ended up on the ground because somebody pushed the other. I don't know who pushed who, but they ended up fighting off stage. They fell into the media pit. Bottles were thrown, beers were thrown, all of other kind of things happened. But everybody talking about that aspect of the show, and while everybody, is talking about it, and it is cause for concern, I really think that we've grown so accustomed to negativity, to highlighting the negative, that is overlooking the fact that there were some great performances on Sting before all of this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Pastor,
Okay.
Cape Town delivered one of the finest performances ever at Sting on that night. Cape Town is like 57 years old, going on 58. And I'm telling you, the man is jumping on stage like a teenager. And, he has a huge catalog of hits. And he delved deep into that catalog of hits. And he just kept the crowd going. Bounty Killer delivered a strong set as well. He was joined on stage by Richie Stevens, Baby Sham. He did his thing. Some of the other veterans, people like Tony Curtis, the King, they did very well. Tanya Stevens did well. Turbulence did well. Chuck Fender did well. Bugle did well. I could go on and on. There were several really wonderful performances. I have to hear them now. Traditional dance, and some of the ones who do what is now called trap dancehall also gave. But towards the end of the show, three of the younger dancehall artists who are considered trap dancehall acts, they were the ones who were clashing, brought the show into disrepute with this fighting, all this stuff. I heard that they locked up two of them, where they took them in for questioning at least, and some of their cronies. But everybody keep talking about the clash.
Okay. All right.
So my thing is, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, we understand how that is. And, Sting is traditionally known as one of those shows that actually have a whole lot of fighting going on in it. So I'm not going to make no excuse for them with that, because I've seen Sting. When I was younger, I've gone to a couple of Stings, and they just have to do a better job as far as making sure that all the acts, because you see, one bad apple Ralston spoils the whole bunch. It just takes one event to go awry, and everybody get blamed for everything that has gone good before. Evette and I understand that having a good party all one night and one bad event went on, and guess what? That's all everybody can remember, especially Jamaicans, because them come for drama at all times. You know what I'm saying? So wherever the drama is, that's going to get the light. So we just have to make sure that when we step out, everybody comes prepared to do their best. And, that's my take on that. But, Cableton, Bounty Killer, all those artists are veteran artists, and it took them a while to learn to behave themselves anyway. I've been doing this since 1992, 93.
Well,
and, go ahead.
Yeah, but to be fair, Cableton has never been embroiled in any form of controversy. True. He has kept it clean for more than 20 years.
Mhm.
This I think his career span somewhere like probably 35 years he's been at it. And he's just going on, getting stronger and stronger, in terms of his popularity growing in places Africa, Europe, all over
Mhm.
the Caribbean, US. And I think he's a really great ambassador for the music. The
Yes, he is.
youngsters page out of his book. Yes,
Yes.
because we have what is called trap dance. I don't know who came up with this thing. What is this trap dance all? And it's all of they keep having they keep promoting songs or recording songs that highlight the worst of our culture.
Mhm.
Talking about Guzo,
Mhm.
Obia, that kind of stuff. That highlight the scamming thing. It's kind of crazy. Some of them do have positive messages, but for the most part, the messages are not wholesome. And these young men and a few young women who are in this trap dancer movement, they really need to realize that, hey, you have to come better than this. People around the world, they look to Jamaica as a source of inspiration, where culture is
Mhm.
concerned, where fashion is concerned, where music is concerned. We are a world leader.
Mhm.
A small nation, very powerful when it comes down to that, and track and field, of course. So we don't want that kind of vibe going out there, and every year Sting ends up in a brawl and a big clash because it's getting worse. People keep saying every year Sting end up in a brawl and a clash. Into Sting concerts like that. I've been to Sting concerts where I had to run out of the venue. Mind you, I was much younger and fitter then, so I was able to make my escape. But not all Sting concerts ended in fights. But these
That's right.
last, now I remember running out of the National Stadium. I think this was 97 or 96.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
had
yeah.
to make a
Mhm.
hasty
Mhm.
retreat after Bounty Killer walk on to that one.
Oh, I, no,
But
I
to
remember.
others
I
that
remember a famous one. Mhm. Yeah, I remember a famous one with Supercat and somebody else at that time. And so,
Ninja
so
Man.
what we want to make sure, what we want to make sure that we do is, and the promoters, basically they get with the performers and let them know what's expected. Yeah, we are in the world's eyes when it comes to reggae and to what we put out and what's expected of us, and everybody's responsible for portraying that image. If you are artist, you come responsible for portraying that image, and the moment one thing goes wrong, everybody will be looking towards everybody gets the blame. So it's just something that we have to be more in tune to, and everybody that comes along, whether they are new artists or artists that have been there for a while, have to get come to the idea that when they're up there, folks pay their money, they come to see people sing, to DJ, to do whatever, but they don't come to get involved in violent clashes. So, once we all understand that, yeah, big up to the ones that are doing what they need to do. And I always believe in uh, in public accolades and private reprimands. So I would say that we get with those folks that don't understand how this thing work, and let them know how they're well, this is not how this thing goes. So we're not going to put up with having violence at the end of a great show that should have ended on a great level. We're not going to put up with that, because we are better than that. And everybody has their responsibility. Everybody has to take take responsibility for their actions. So those that are that cannot behave properly just won't be invited back. So we have to put our feet down at certain times. Jamaica is known for our reggae. It's known for our dancehall. I don't know about the strap dancehall, but I know about dancehall because I came from that era. So, you know what I'm saying? So we are responsible, Ralston. So, I'm not making any excuses for them on my part. But Ralston, we have a young lady here, and we kind of went into our time. So I want her to kind of stick around here until around 5:30, 5:30, because I don't want to slide her. And I want to bring her back at about 5:30, 6:30.
6:30.
6:30, 6:30. Okay. I want to bring her back about 6:30. And and she's a positive role. I read about her, I saw some of her stuff, and she's positive. So if you could just kind of get with her from your Ralston and just bring her back about 6:30. Can you do that for me, sir?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, we'll continue. We'll
She's a very
continue the
talented
conversation.
artist. Very talented.
Yeah, and we'll continue this conversation down there at that time. Okay. All right. So how about you? How was your Christmas, Ralston?
Um, I'm not very big on Christmas, but I don't know. I spent the last 6 Christmases alone because of my family situation. And my I sent
Mm-hmm.
my daughter goes away. Symphony goes away on Christmas to be with her mom and her sister. So it was quiet for
Mm-hmm.
me because Christmas is basically me reading a few books, listening some music, watching movies. That's about it. but I took the
Okay.
time to really relax, get some downtime from work. So it was good. It was
But
not the
I know you,
traditional
Ralston.
Christmas, but it was.
I know you, Ralston, and I know that when symphony is not around, somebody's just it's just like somebody's missing from your life. You just love that little girl. That's your pride and joy. So every time that she's not around, I know you know, because everywhere I
Yes,
see you, I see her. So not for her not to be
yes,
around at Christmas, I know that you probably you are that's your that's your daughter right there. That you're one of them fathers that love their daughters. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Am I not right? Am I right?
yes, that's true.
Okay, so this is
You're
Ralston.
right. But it's a sacrifice that I
Yes, sir.
no, I was saying is that
Okay. Yes, it
I
is.
have to make, so to
Yes,
allow her to with her sister. I prefer that she gets the opportunity to be with her sister at Christmas, you know. But
very good.
in time, we'll
Very
share
good.
Christmas together.
Yes, I know. There's a lot more, huh? Well, we're praying. Okay,
Yeah,
that there'll
man.
be a lot more. Okay.
Many more.
Okay, so that's Ralston Barrett here. You're in tune to Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening, and you'll be back a little bit later at around 6:30. Ralston will be back with our special guest singer for the evening. But we're getting ready now to go into another little section here, which we call we're calling that section "This is Jamaica." This is Jamaica, and we're gonna be having a few guests that will come along to speak to us from these different segments. Yvette, you've never been on when one of these segments are on, so I want to let you know about Peter Gracie, and he has a poem out there which is entitled "This is Jamaica," and they go into several schools into the Jamaica area, and the youths are given these poems to learn and to recite, and they had a wonderful competition last year, and from this group, a little organization has formed, and it's called "This is Jamaica," and also Peter Gracie has another poem that he calls "The Strength to Breed," which has a few people have formed organization for that too, and they're both on this show. One starts at 6 o'clock and goes to 6:15, and the other one will come later on this evening at 6:15 to 6:30. So we're looking forward to having them here with us this evening. Okay, and it's going to be some great information. Yvette, I know that you are the president-elect for the Atlanta Jamaica Association. Most of these ladies that we bring on are also involved in their association down there in Central Florida. So we kind of have like things in common. Okay.
Okay. Yes, that sounds good.
So, we're looking forward to This is Jamaica coming on here in a second. And as I said, we're just nice and relaxed in the home today. We're going to have we're going to have Miss Sophia Nicholson. She's going to be up first. Okay, I see her there, and I hope she's ready to come on right now. And 6 p.m. up in the Atlanta, Florida, wherever you are, even down in Jamaica, it's 6 p.m. and you're in tune to Jamaica Explosion. This is Pastor Rob here, and we're going to invite to the screen right now Miss Sophia Nicholson. Here she goes as I bring her to the screen. Okay, let me try to get her face just a little bit more up in that camera right there. There you are. There you are. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Can you speak to me? Are you hearing me? Can you speak? Can you turn your mic on? Okay. Sophia, can you hear me? Yes, you're going to turn your mic on. You're going to turn your mic on. So we're going to give you a little chance to turn your microphone on. You're going to turn your microphone on when you sign on. There'll be a little thing that says microphone, and you need to turn that on. Okay? All right. So we're going to wait until she kind of gets her microphone on, and then we're going to be back with her. Okay? All right. Coming up after, we'll probably have the Strength to Breathe go first, and then we'll come back to Sophia as she works on the microphone, and we have Shelly Ann Lee Wars, okay? And she's up, and I'm gonna bring her on and see how she's doing with her mic, and then we'll come back to This is Jamaica. How you doing, Shelly Ann? Can you hear me?
Hi there. Yes, I'm hearing you perfectly.
Well, I'm hearing you perfectly. Okay, so we're gonna kind of flip it around here and do the Strength to Breathe first, and then we're gonna come back to This is Jamaica. Okay, so Shelly Ann, it's good to have you here on Jamaican Explosion this evening, and just want to make sure, where are you located? Just to make sure that we are you in Central Florida too?
No, I'm not. I'm in Atlanta, actually. I'm in the Tucker area of Atlanta.
Yeah, I kind of knew, because when I saw that you were at Emory.
Yes.
You're at Emory, right? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm currently pursuing an executive MBA. Just completed my first semester.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And speak to me about what got you involved with the Strength to Breathe.
Well, Mr. Peter Gracie and I have a long relationship. We've been a part of several organizations that support the Jamaican diaspora here in the Southern United States. And so when this opportunity came up, I didn't hesitate to be a part of it. I believe I have the ability to contribute to the movement and to maximize and leverage the messaging around the point, which I feel, is perfect. You can apply it to any aspect of your life. It's pretty motivational, and I wanted to be a part of something that will, help me to, or for me to contribute to society as a whole through the channels that the poem provides.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. So you are the you are the marketing person? Am I correct?
Yes, one of several hats, yes.
Yeah, but primarily you are the marketing person for the
The
Strength.
Strength to Breathe, yes.
Well, tell me what that entails. What's involved in the marketing aspect of the Strength to Breathe?
Well, basically, it involves promoting the messaging of the poem and getting people involved in contributing to it. Right now, we're working on an initiative where we're trying to interest people in recording the poem, but apply it in a way that you can interpret it and apply it to your own life, whatever struggles that you may be experiencing, or even if it's not a struggle, if you find it inspirational, however it fits into your current life, we're looking for people to contribute in that way. So that's part of one of the main initiatives that we're working on. We're also looking at starting a podcast later on that will focus on this aspect as well, where people are able to tell their own stories and how this particular poem has influenced, inspired, or empowered them in one way or the other.
Very good, very good, very good. So we have had Mia on last week, and she told us about the different subject matters which the strength to breed will be covering here on Jamaican Explosion. If it's only for 15 minutes, we'll cover some of those mental health issues. Tell me about your feelings on the mental health issue perspective.
Well, for me personally, I also did my own interpretation of the poem, and my personal experience is that I find it to be very empowering, especially the part about personal growth and development and self-awareness. I believe it allows you or empowers you to overcome challenges, realizing your own potential, and I believe that this message is incredibly relevant, when we think about the relevance of it overall and how that can apply to our personal lives.
Okay, all right. So we're looking forward to in the coming weeks, in the coming year, to really getting deep down in some of those subjects. And I was told by a few of your colleagues that you're going to be doing some subjects on men, and particularly particularly the Jamaican men, and why we think certain ways, and so I'm waiting for those. Yvette, what do you have to say about this?
That sounds interesting. I'm not privy on the total aspect of that, but as a psychosocial being, that would definitely be interesting to see how we view men, especially our Jamaican men. So sounds interesting.
Okay, so that's just one of the segments, but it's a serious issue, and I think it needs to be dealt with. And what I know is that there is a lot of misconception about the issue. So I expect for those that come on representing the strength to be will be able to break those issues down and to provide us with some well-needed knowledge.
I think the poem is genderless, and it may be able to apply to both men and women as well. So we're not just going to be focusing on men and highlighting any particular issues around them specifically, or just them. We're not. We're going to be focusing on both genders.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But and you know the poem, right? You want to just recite the poem for those that may be viewing us for the very first time and they're not familiar with the poem. The strength to breathe.
One moment, I need to pull it up. I don't know it out of my head.
All right, pull it up. And we have been challenged, both Nadine and myself, and those that are hosting on Jamaican Explosion, to learn the poem for ourselves. So at certain point in time, Pastor Rob will be doing the poem. Yes, making my debut in poetry. I'll be doing it here pretty soon. Okay.
And the great thing about it is you're able to interpret it and apply your own voiceover, however you interpret it and how it makes you feel. You can, however it resonates with you, you're able to put it across that way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because it was sent to me last week, and when I read it, I felt moved and I felt some form of hope as a human being. So you're absolutely right.
Yes. So I have it now with me. Should I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead. I'm just going to get some batteries here for my laptop. I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Go ahead, Yvette, you got this.
Okay. The Strength to Breathe by Peter Gracie. The greatness in me is yet to come, as long as I have the strength to breathe. To know myself and to know my worth is to know my God indeed. There's no such thing as I can't. There's no such thing as fear. Only false evidence appearing real and the ones who do not care. I will lean not to my own understanding and find what my purpose serves, and trust in God and not in man while I experience my time on earth. I am balanced and I am focused. I was born to first follow, then lead. I will only love and never judge as long as I have the strength to breathe.
That's just fantastic. I'm not sure what I was doing when I first saw it, and now having heard you reading it, I'm convinced of what I read, because I actually think, and don't tell anybody, I was driving when I read it, and I'm like, wow, this is so appropriate, especially at the time of year that
Yes.
I call it, we're changing over to next year. And I'm like, wow, this is so hopeful. This is so real. And not as a coming from Jamaica, where we grew up in a Christian culture, just hearing those words coming from the Bible and putting it with what the reality of our lives are, I found that was really, really deep. So Mr. Grayson did a good job, and I thank you for reading it as well.
Yes, of
So
course.
awesome. Yes, yes, yes. So with the whole idea, Pastor Rob is back. So with the whole idea of you focusing on men, as he mentioned, can you expound on that a little bit?
So I would have Mia address this part because
No.
yeah, I'm not too clear on that part of it, but I know that it is a multifaceted point that will touch on a variety of subject matters, around mental health, around lifestyle diseases, around domestic violence, just how we are able to apply it and how it is able to resonate with people to overcome those kind of challenges and difficulties in their lives. So my what I'm privy to at this time is, how we're planning to leverage this poem to benefit people.
Okay.
Yes. No, she didn't say it was gonna totally focus on men. She just said that was gonna be one of the interesting topics that will come along, and of course my ears perked up.
It's one of many. Yeah.
My ears perked up at that time. So that's one of the sections that Evette, that's one of the sections that I'm looking forward to. But it's not going to be totally focused on men. I like when she says, well, we get into situations that we can't breathe.
Right.
Situation. So this is the strength to breathe is to release ourselves from those situations so that we can speak about those things that we keep we're so tensed up about, we're so choked up about. Now it's a chance to let those speak about those topics and help someone who's all tensed up so they could breathe.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I on it?
You are correct. And in telling our own personal stories, we're able to, motivate somebody else who might be going through the same thing. So this poem is basically just the crux to, help us to promote that message and be of tremendous benefit to people who may be going through, a myriad of different things.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't mind, I wanted to touch on a storybook that I wrote, which I am using the poem as a leverage as well to push that narrative around environmental sustainability. So how I was able to apply the poem, The Strength to Breathe, is to show how we as people, when we practice sustainable lifestyles, such as reducing or dependence on plastic pollution, on plastic rather, that we, in doing that, would help, the earth to breathe. So that's technically how I will be applying that message in my books that I've published so far.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
So
you
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I know her. I really do.
I was sitting here and looking at you and wondering, where have I seen you before?
I know her, and she spoke about sustainability, and I'm like, I've heard this before.
Yeah.
So I met her near the ball, the Jamaica Independence Ball.
Oh, yes, I had attended, yes.
Yes. So I'm glad we reconnect again, and I definitely will be reaching out in the next few days.
Oh, wow. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you.
All right.
okay.
Thank you, Shelly-Ann.
Thank
So-
you.
So Shelly, and it's good that you're here in Atlanta with us, and we are members of the Atlanta Jamaica Association. So
Yes, I'm to be submitting my membership.
oh well, there you go. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna welcome you, and it's good. Mr. Gracie called me up and said, well, let's do something with the strength to be, and this is Jamaica, and and now and most of the people that's been coming on so far from Central Florida.
Yes.
So now we have some representatives that will be on the show here, right here in Atlanta, huh? And
Great,
you'll be one of those. I'm looking forward to, and you're multifaceted in so many different areas. In the marketing area, you could definitely help us out in marketing. Tell us about marketing nowadays in the social media era. A little bit about that.
Well, it has evolved. Traditionally, it used to be just word of mouth. Now we have a variety of platforms and channels. We have avenues like yours, online broadcasting. We have digital platforms. And now we have social media and television. And it's just has become a very dynamic field in terms of marketing. So many ways for us to get our messaging out. It's just dependent on us now to be more targeted in our approach and in our messaging strategy. So just as long as you have a proper foundation in place in terms of how you structure yourself and how you present yourself to the public, then that's a good start. In the sense that we have all of these multiplicity of things around us, so you have to be very tailored, I would say.
Very good. Love that explanation right here. Looking forward to doing some marketing things with you, and it's just going to be great. Okay, and looking forward to the strength to breed next week on our show next week. We will have Mr. Peter Gracie, the Honorable Peter Gracie himself, speaking about the strength to breed. So Evette, that's going to be a show, because we're going to have the author, the originator, with us on the show next week, speaking about the strength to breed, and what inspired him.
Yeah.
While he wrote this poem, and when it's good, it catches just like fire. So I see how many ladies you have there with you all, and you're all amazing ladies with great backgrounds, and I'm just looking forward to having you present the actual thing. I want that good advice. Ready for that good advice.
And we look forward to getting your rendition of the poem, your interpretation of it, and you can be as creative as possible as you want. And
yes.
We look forward to receiving it. Even from you, Evette, are you planning to record your interpretation of it?
Oh, the poem.
Now that it seems like you're challenging me.
I just want everybody to feel welcome to it, and we'll put it on our social media pages. Please do.
I will. You might cry when you hear me do it.
Oh no! I mean, maybe crying in the sense that I will be so impacted by your interpretation of it, and it will evoke good feelings. I believe.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I'll make you cry.
Okay. I look forward to crying then. This is one moment that I'm looking forward to crying.
All
Yeah.
righty.
Well,
I'll
well,
work on it.
mine may make you laugh and cry.
Yeah, I welcome the different interpretations, of course.
Okay, it might make you laugh or cry. But we're looking forward to being a part of this trend to breed this coming year, and
Yes,
I see some powerful things happening down there. Okay, so Shelly Ann, we're glad that you came on, but we're gonna have to jump back to Sophia
yes,
Nicholson here, and we want to get her on because we want to hear about This Is Jamaica. And next week on This Is Jamaica, we actually have the young student that won. She'll be coming on the program next week. So we'll have the
great,
winner of the competition for 2023. She'll be on the program next week. The young student and her mother will be on next week. So you don't want to miss Jamaican Explosion next week because that's going to be a treat right there. And the great Peter Gracie. But let me bring up Shelly Ann. It's good to have you here with us, and we look forward to seeing you around the Atlanta here. We look forward to having you back on Jamaican Explosion at some time. Okay, all
great,
right.
and thanks for having me. Have a great rest of your evening.
You're
You
welcome now.
too.
Very
Bye.
good. All right. So let's see here as we have coming up on our screen here. Mm-hmm. All right, Sophia, can you hear us now? Yeah, you gotta turn your mic on. Your mic's not on. Hmm. So we're having a little problems here with my mic. Let me just call her and turn. So we're telling her to turn her mic on because yeah. Okay, so it seems like we're not getting a we're not getting a microphone connection from Sophia this evening, so we'll have to work on that. Um, uh, she's on, but I can't get in. I'm getting some music from something else, but I'm not getting any microphone connections from her. So we'll probably have to plan her section at another time because I'm not getting any kind of microphone connection from her at this time. Okay. So Yvette, you're hearing me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, yes. So I'm not sure what's going on with our microphone connection right there. And we're just gonna have to continue here. And Mr. Ralston Barrett should be back in a couple of minutes right here as we're gonna speak to another young lady that's due to come on here in a couple of minutes. And she's one of the singers out of Jamaica that's making a name for herself. And we just wanna welcome her as she gets ready to come on this evening with us. And her name is Teller, and she'll be on with Ralston in a couple of minutes. Okay.
And I
Let's
wanted
see.
to say
Mm,
something about what Ralston spoke about earlier with the sting.
mhm,
Um, so the good thing about it is that folks like Ralston was able to talk
mhm,
about the positives, so which is great.
mhm,
And as a media person, we can highlight the the positive at events like those.
mhm.
He did mention something about the trap DJ, and he didn't know where that came from.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
having worked with various people, various background, something that came out of Atlanta, the whole trap movement, with the trap house being a drug house, and then the genre of hip hop that came out of that. So I think the Jamaicans have embraced a foreign culture and mixed it with a dancehall genre, and I
Mhm.
think that's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Okay.
wanted to
All
share
right.
some light on that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying then that the trap music is actually a mixture of music from where now?
So the trap house in Atlanta, which
Mm-hmm.
is like a drug house, and then
Oh, okay.
the hip hop music coming out of that. And now
Okay.
there's trap music, and
Mm-hmm.
now trap dancehall. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So maybe we'll need to have we'll need to get a little more information on that and bring and do a show on that, so we could
Mhm.
get a full understanding of that. I'm gonna try Miss Sophie again to see if how she's doing as far as her
Okay.
mic is concerned. Sophia, can you hear us now?
No.
Yeah, she can't hear us, so I'm trying, but our mics, when you log on, there's a little thing that says turn your mic on, and if you miss that, we can't hear you on this end of it. Anyways, yeah. So okay, all right. So that's what's going on. So what do we have coming up in 2024 at the AJA in Jamaica? What are some of the things we could expect, Yvette, being the incoming elected president? And congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Sophia
Hmm.
said it's on. Well,
Yeah. Hmm.
all right. So we have quite a number of things that we've done traditionally over the year, like the
Hmm.
Independence Ball.
Hmm.
We provide the scholarship, and we have the jazz, and we have our annual Christmas party and
Hmm.
family fun day. Those will be maintained. Those are just traditional stuff. We
Hmm.
plan to bring in some new stuff, have a new approach to the scholarship where we follow these students' lives and make sure they graduate. Those are
Hmm.
some of the things that we're going to look at and implement that. We also want to bridge the generation within the association. We're going to grow our youth and our younger folks, because some of us, we have all the experience, but we want to have some form of continuity as we age. So those are some of the focus. And of course, we're focusing on charities here. We are going to identify them, establish them, and make them traditional, and as well as back home in Jamaica. So apart from scholarship, we'll be identifying needs back home in Jamaica, and we will be
Hmm.
supporting those as well. And of course, we're working with all the organizations so we can build one of the greatest diaspora here in Atlanta.
Okay. And are we gonna get the 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 word out to the different folks that are here that um, may not know that there's a AJA, that the AJA even exists here.
So we do have a website,
Hmm.
and we our goal is to drive traffic to the website
Hmm.
so that someone coming in from out of the state or out of the country, they can be directed to that if they do a quick search. The other thing is to use all the multimedia avenues that are out there, whether it's radio, streaming services, Instagram, Facebook. We market ourselves on those platforms as well. And of course, word of mouth. But one of the biggest thing I think which will also help is a partnership that we develop with all the other associations. There are so many associations here in Atlanta from almost every high school in Jamaica. um, so we need to build and strengthen the relationship we have with them, and the word can be spread, because you can be a part of your alumni, but you can also be a part of the Atlanta Jamaican Associates, and also, um, we want to make the AJA a place that people want to be. They want to come to our meetings. They want to come to our events. We've had some misfortune at our Christmas party, and that has been addressed and will continue to be addressed. But definitely, we have to bridge the gap between all the different associations that exist and draw from the strength of those into the Atlanta Jamaican Association.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, 1 second here, and I also I have Miss Nicholson on phone, and she's going to be speaking to me by phone while her picture is on the screen. So I need for her to get back on screen because I got her on phone, and we're going to hook it up so we could hear her while we see her. Okay, so just give us a few minutes. Give us a few minutes on that, and we'll get that going right here. Okay, yes, Yvette. So that's some good stuff right there. Okay, and of course the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking forward to the ball coming up. The wonderful ball, AJA ball that we can expect that this year, right?
Absolutely, we'll definitely be having a ball. It's a signature event, as we commonly say, and I don't want to talk too much about everything right now, as we work on, and what the performance will be, what the entertainment would be, and so forth. But definitely on the second Saturday in August, which is
Mhm.
August 10th, will be the ball. Usually starts at about 6 p.m. So stay tuned for that, and more information will be coming in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, all right. So, wow. We're expecting a very interesting year coming up with some new things. And with our new president, we're expecting some new things, some exciting things. And that's Yvette right there. Okay, we have Sophia. And Sophia can, let me make sure that I have you here. Okay, all right. Okay. Speak to me, Sophia. Can I?
I can hear you and I can see you.
Okay. All right. We can see you now and we can hear you.
Okay, good. I think I'm getting a feedback.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a couple of different systems running at once down
No,
here.
she if she can turn off her audio on the camera, on the video, and then
Yeah.
focus on the phone. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Turn your audio off on the video and just focus on the phone because we got you on the phone now.
Wonderful. Let's see. All right, I took it off phone.
Yeah. I'm not getting the echo on my part. You said you were.
I'm in my car because I was traveling.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm talking to you
Okay.
on
So
my phone, but it's somehow on my Bluetooth with the car.
yeah, so that's the thing when you do this in car, you'll get into certain spots where the internet is not is chipping in and out. So I recommend that we do these on our in a place where with that a spot where just a steady a still spot or on your laptop. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, but we could still hear your voice. So tell us a little about yourself. You are your event coordinator, a poetry performer, host of a DJ Culture Zone.
The culture zone, correct. You got that right. So I'm one of these little ladies that wear many hats.
Okay.
But I like to say I'm just one of those that do many things within the performing arts arena, and I do media as well.
Okay.
I should know, yes. But what I'm most proud of is being a part of this. This is Jamaica Poetry Competition, which, as you may have heard, started with Peter Gracie.
Yes.
So Peter Gracie's wrote this beautiful poem that brings out so much pride in our country. Well, I'm sorry, I'm from Jamaica. I'm not sure if that was established.
Okay, of course, we could hear it in your voice.
There you go. Can't hide it.
Can't hide it.
Proudly so. Proudly so. Been living in the United States for maybe 27 years.
Okay,
But one can hear me, so I never left home.
that's right.
Right. So, yes. So Peter wrote this beautiful piece talking about the pride of Jamaica and just how we feel being Jamaican.
Hmm.
And it doesn't matter where we are in the world.
Yes,
We just wear that hat proudly.
that's great.
So that's my pride.
Yeah.
And that's it. That because I'm involved with the foundation,
Hmm.
it really gives me fulfillment because I know I'm giving back to my country.
Okay, that is great. That is great. You and I have something in common, but that you might not know.
Tell me.
We went to the same broadcasting school.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting?
Yes, we went to the. I went to the. I'm a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
My campus was in Florida.
Okay, mine was actually in Connecticut at Farmington, the main one. So when I saw that in your when I was reading your bio, I saw it. I said, "Hey, we got the same broadcasting training in our background." So how did you enjoy? How did you enjoy the Broadcasting School of Connecticut?
That was good. That was good. Just like can I tell you, all that I've learned has changed because technology has
Yes.
has changed the landscape somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing editing with the saw editing, and they had to be cutting and splicing.
Splicing. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, I will never get this right. So the technical aspect of broadcasting was something I never really grasped because I'm always relying on the guys to help.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as you know, with what's happening, you can always have a studio tech who can help. So I just focus on the microphone.
Okay, and I could see that you're using that skill very well on the actual radio show that you do. You're using those skills there. But I also got my technical training. That was radio training. It's different from what we do right now because what we do right now is a podcast. So the way you operate your podcast boards and the way you operate a radio board is two different things. So you're right. Technology as really. But once you have the basics of broadcasting, you're able to use them, in different in different arenas. So I'm glad. It's good to see that you're doing radio, and now maybe even doing a podcast yourself. But all right. So what drew you to This Is Jamaica? What drew you?
Again, it's the country pride. It's simply country pride.
Mm-hmm.
When Peter Gracie shared the poem with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure through the different mediums you've heard the poem,
Mm-hmm.
it did something to my soul. I said to him, this poem is speaking from my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So I voiced it for him, did a recording,
Okay.
and he told me that he wants to get the children in Jamaica to recite the poem, and then he'd have a competition.
Mm-hmm.
So that scholarship was born.
Wow.
And it has been doing well for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 beautiful children who are now considered ambassadors.
Yes.
And so the winners are considered ambassadors, and they have been rewarded handsomely
Mm-hmm.
with US dollars, and that goes towards their school
Mm-hmm.
and any other expense around their education. So it gives us great joy each year
Mm-hmm.
to award someone. And then, of course, we started doing consolation prizes and everything like that. Yeah, so not just the winners, so all the other contestants, we are able through sponsorship
Mm-hmm.
to be rewarded
in kind. So it's really wonderful. Really a great venture. Great venture.
So Sophia, I've told everyone that has come on so far that, and I know that Peter is keeping his word, because I want to see those contestants, those young youths. I want to see them on Jamaican Explosion. I want to see them do the poems, whether they're winners. To me, they're all winners. But whether you were the person that came first, second, or third, I would like to have them here on the program reciting their poems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We did talk with me on that, and Peter Gracie is all on board.
Yes.
So we'll arrange that to have the youngsters come on, and you're going to be blown away.
Yes, I know. I know we are, because it's just the way youngsters do things these days. They're so grown, and they're
Very mature.
very mature.
And we love their depiction of the piece. And
Yes.
we encourage creativity.
Yes.
And we encourage that they just come up with a piece in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Own it. We say own it.
All right.
And deliver it.
All right. I love it. I love it. Own it and deliver it, huh?
That's right.
Okay, folks, we're speaking to Sophia Nicholson, and she's one of the ambassadors for This is Jamaica, and we intend to have her back here at some time when she's in a stationary place on our laptop, and we'll get to see her face. Okay.
Right. I think I'll join you guys with the kids.
Wow.
So that should be good.
Okay, that's good. So we have the kid, the young lady that won. Her mother and her will be on next week. So if you want to join us in that program, that's fine too. And looking forward to This is Jamaica and learning that poem ourselves. Yvette, that's another poem there. Did you get that one?
No, I just got the Peter Gracie poem.
They're both Peter Gracie's poem. This one is called
I only got one, the one that Shelley-Ann just read.
Okay.
Sophia, do you have that one? You could read that one to us, or you don't know it by?
No, I don't have the script here with
okay.
me.
Okay.
I'm not in office, but we can get that to you in no time. I can send it via email.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, even if she goes on the website, this is jamaica.org, you can see it. But we're just study. Let's not have her spoil the surprise. When the kids come on and hit it, it's going to be better. So
okay. All right.
Okay. So Yvette, I'm going to ask that, Rodson's going to come back on, and I'm going to, Sophia, we're going to ask that you come back and be with us, and we'll hear more from you in the near future. Okay. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much for having me. Sorry, I just had travel schedules and conflicts.
I know.
But thank you so much.
I know.
Right?
And you have a happy new year. Okay.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, and enjoy.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Bye, Yvette. Take care, doctor. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. So Mr. Rodson's going to come back here, and I'm going to run upstairs and do a little thing right here, Yvette. You and Rodson could take it from here. You had a couple of things to say about the Rodston, about the Sting competition. Okay.
Okay. Is the young lady coming on at 6:30?
Yes. Well, it's past 6:30 now. We're about to get her back, but Rodson is already waiting. Rodson's the one that's going to bring her back, anyways. But I don't think he has. I'm not getting his camera on right now. Rodson. Okay. Okay, he's gonna have to log off and come back on. But yeah, so Yvette, you see, we have some great things coming up in the 2024, and
yes, it's exciting and really revealing, if I may say so.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. We want to thank those that have been tuning in to the program throughout 2023 as we grew. Jamaican Explosion as a program. And Nadine is away, and she's enjoying a cruise. She's getting a little vacation in, and she'll be back with us as soon as she comes back from our cruise. We have a very interesting show planned for next week. Wow, wow. I'm letting you know that Mr. Gracie will be on. The young lady who won the This is Jamaica competition, she'll be on. And I have some very, very important folks from the diaspora that will be speaking about some stuff that's going on in diaspora next week here on Jamaican Explosion. It's 6:44, and I've got with me in the studios today filling in for Nadine, Miss Evette-Taylor Reynolds, the president-elect for the Atlanta Jamaica Association. It's good to have you here with us, Yvette. Getting your feet wet in in many opportunities that I know that you will have for representing the organization. Go ahead and
thank
tell
you,
them.
Pastor. Thank
Okay.
you.
Go ahead and tell them a little bit about this, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, I will. All right. Hi, everybody. I am excited to be here. I'm excited as 2024 approaches. Our goal and mission for the Atlanta Jamaican Association is to make sure that we build relationships amongst all our folks here living in Metro Atlanta, and also to build bridges and relationship with those living in Jamaica. Our goal is to foster goodwill and to make sure that if our brothers and sisters are in need here or back home, we stretch forth that hand. As one musician said for us, stretching hands across the ocean. And that's Mr. Grub Cooper. He created something for us when we started what we call the Repu Parish, where members living in Atlanta could identify, fund, and implement a project in their parish of birth or where they grew up. So our goal is to continue giving back to Jamaica, helping students to enter college, focus on making sure that they do not only enter, but also finish their education. We're also identifying needs here in Atlanta where if someone is in need, whether they're Jamaican or living within the community, we can also stretch forth a hand. So in a nutshell, we're looking forward to be one of the most charitable organizations promoting our culture from food to music to dance, whichever of the arts that we as Jamaican foster, and also to partner with those that do other aspects such as sports, whether it's cricket, soccer, or football, that's what we call it back home, to track and field, where we work with people that are in those different aspects of the culture. But we want the Atlanta Jamaican Association to be the place where when someone lands in the state, doesn't matter where they come from, we're able to guide them and have them get connected within the society or any need that they may have, whether it may be a doctor, a dentist, a driver, a job. We're able to assist them with the resources to get what they need and to feel at home and not feel disconnected. So in a nutshell, those are some of the things that we'll be focusing on. But I think Ralston is back. So over to you, Pastor Rob.
Okay, thanks, Yvette, for giving us wow, we got it from the president herself, and we look forward to the great things that the Atlanta Jamaica Association will be doing. Mr. Ralston, welcome back here. Oh yes, there he is. How you doing, Ralston?
I am good. I'm good.
Okay, it's good to have you back.
I don't know what happened with our guest. She was on. She's been waiting for.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I'll have to do a special segment on her, which we have a special segment. I told for her to come back at 6:30, but I didn't see her back then. But that's all right. We'll get her in another time. Okay. Yeah, and Miss Yvette had a couple of things to say to you about Sting, that she wanted to get her opinion in on the Sting thing too. Okay, Yvette, Ralston's back now.
Hi, Ralston. I was just sharing with Pastor Rob and the audience that one thing you did that which I appreciated was, even though the show ended the way it did, you were able to highlight the strengths and the good things that happened at the show. And as media specialists, that's what we can do to to drive the narrative. You had mentioned about the trap hip hop, and I was explaining to him that it came out of Atlanta, where they have the trap house, which is where they you would go to buy drugs, and then out of that evolved the
Mhm.
trap rap. And I guess the Jamaican dancehall artist has branded it their own way, with it coming out of that deepness, that psychosocial aspect of us as basically as Black people. So I just wanted to share that.
Okay, Ralston,
No,
what's your opinion on that?
when I said I didn't trap dance artists from, I didn't mean that in a literal sense. I
Mm-hmm.
know they're mimicking what is known as
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
got you.
okay.
trap music in the States. Um, but what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is, why are we doing that? Jamaicans are
Mm-hmm.
innovators where music is concerned. We're not imitators. We don't follow. We set the trend. And
Right.
okay, if we're gonna something from abroad, why are we taking something that's so negative and that's
Mm,
positive? I mean, the pop is not a bad idea because hip hop evolved from Jamaican music. It's a fact.
Right.
But why take something so negative as trap music? Why you try to fuse it with our dancehall and call it trap dancehall, and then you focus on Guzo,
Yeah, I'm not sure where that part of the influence come from.
a big topic
Probably.
now is
go ahead, Yvette.
No, did we lose Ralston?
I think his speed is coming a little slow from Jamaica, so
on
it'll be a little slow.
Wait on him.
Okay, so I think we're having a bad feed there um, from Jamaica with Ralston there. Yeah. So at least we have a better understanding of what the trap music is and how it originated.
that
And I hear Ralston's uh, point that we have always been innovators,
a lot
and
of them are
we,
sliding into the music is up in Jamaica.
He's saying some good stuff, I think, which we can't hear.
yeah, uh, yeah, mhm, yeah. So we're gonna have this conversation with him when we have a good feed. But right, we understand that we are innovators. It's original music, and the dancehall. I believe the dancehallers have felt like, well, why they substituting this style of music for real dancehall music, so to speak. So that there's been a question, uh, been thrown out there, or you know, uh, uh, whether or not trap music is actually taking the place of dancehall, or is it replacing true dancehall? So that's a question that's out there. But in my opinion, I don't think dancehall music is going anywhere for a while. I believe that all music go evolves, like rock steady. You could Evette, I know you're familiar with the rock steady evolved into reggae, and reggae is going through its very various methods of forms, but new things are always going to be coming on the scene. New type of musics are going to be invented. And we're not going to always be, especially some of the older folks like us. Sometimes we can understand the new music or the new genres, so to speak. But I guess over time, because when rap came about, we were like, oh, what's that? But after a while, and it went through its various stages. Rap, with hardcore rap from back in the days, and then you had your different style of raps, and then now rap on a whole has been accepted. Hip hop, I'd say hip hop on a whole has been accepted, but it took a while for it to be accepted. So, but did hip hop take the place of great R&B? No. I still like going back and listening to my stylistics. I still like going back and listening to my Blue Magics. I still like going back and listening to the Motown days. I still like going back and listening to, and I still like listening to some hip hop. So I don't think dancehall music is going to go anywhere. And I think in time we'll get to understand a little bit more about the trap music. Ralston, can you hear me now? Ralston, can you hear me now? Yeah, we're having a little problem with his feed, so we'll come back to him at a
I
different
agree
time.
with
You agree with me? Okay. All right. So yeah.
you. But I agree with the point that
So
you just
okay. Oh yeah.
made. Dancehall music, I don't think trap dancehall.
Okay. All right.
I believe
So
dancehall
once
music
again, he's
from many,
coming
many
from.
decades ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And in I guess you, Pastor Rob, you could probably do a show on the whole music where we are now today,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there are certain motivating factors behind
Mm-hmm.
where we are as a people
Mm-hmm.
with our music.
Mm-hmm.
They, like when he talk about Guzum in the music,
Yeah.
what is driving that? Because that is a new thing for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
but also when it comes to how these young people are rolling out their music, where
Mm-hmm.
they're starting with their music, and the reason why their music is the way it is it because they're breaking into the market? And I'm throwing this up because these are discussions that I've had. So you could probably, with Ralston being back home, create a whole show about the music,
Yes,
you
and
know.
I will. And I will. We will. And I thank Ralston for coming on today. And I know he's probably getting into the mood, the Jamaican mood for the New Year's down
Yeah.
there. You know what that is, right? So we here kind of envy you down there, Ralston, because we know how Jamaica is when they're getting ready to celebrate the New Year. So there's a whole lot of great things that will be happening on New Year's Eve, and great things that will be happening on New Year's Day itself. So go ahead and get those footages for us, Ralston, so that we could uh, bring them to our audience here at Jamaican Explosion at a future time. Okay? Very good. All right.
Yes, definitely.
So, yes, okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Vet. So there you have it. Thanks for sitting in with me on the show today, and it's a show that I had to actually run from my laptop today because my station downstairs, where we're having something with going on with the audio. But it's great to know that I could run it from my laptop, because now I know I could do the show from anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the studio. So sometimes the enemy will try to throw you a little wrench, but then you realize that, hey, I could be right down in AJ's meeting and be running the show. All I have to get is the internet.
Right.
It's a powerful medium.
It is. It sure is.
We just probably have to get some better backgrounds there, But seeing that we're at home relaxing, waiting on the new year to come in, that was a good background for us today. All right.
So where are we going tomorrow night?
Well, pastors go to where?
Church.
Church, yeah. So I'll be at the church. For that, actually, I am going to a little church here in Lawrenceville, and it's a Guyanese preacher that I met over the last 3 months, and he is magnificent. I intend to have him here on the show one day, and to invite God. He's just a powerful a pastor, and he's Guyanese. And so we're going to celebrate with him. His service starts at 6:00 in the evening, and we're out of there at 9. Okay.
You're about to make me feel guilty, because I'm like, I think I'm going to Mikey D's, but
well, that's like 5 minutes away from me, so I might pass through after church. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want nobody to be labeling me like TD Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Pastor, what you we pastors gotta watch where we're going these days, and
absolutely.
So
but so we're just going to Mikey to ring in the New Year's, but I'm really gonna eat some fish, so I'll use that as my excuse.
Okay, all right. So I know Mikey has a good time out here, nice, decent establishment. Come on in and have some clean fun. So you could make your way over to Sparkle D's in Lawrenceville, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun time over there. But thanks again, Yvette, for filling in. And you're excellent host. We should come back when you have the chance. But I know your hand's going to be filled all the way up, coming with your new responsibilities. But whenever you can stop by Jamaican Explosion, make sure that you do, okay?
All right. Thank you, Pastor Rob. It was my pleasure, and I thank you for the opportunity to be on the show with you today.
Very good, very good. And folks, we're going to leave you and say until next week, do remember, let everybody know that Jamaican Explosion, we are on every Saturday from 5 to 7, okay? And we look forward to seeing you next week, all right? Until next week, bye, everyone.
Bye.